So my question to you, are you ready? Are you ready to use those gifts in 2015? I just heard that 2015 is being named the year of pure potential, and listen to this, and reversing reality. 2015, the year of pure potential and reversing reality. I love it. It's time for us to use those gifts, isn't it? So those of you that are here for the first time, what is this SpongeBob thing going on? Last January, we started the year 2014 off with SpongeBob and the affirmation, best year ever. And some of you still have the cards that you carry around, right? And that was a reminder that if something in our day didn't go right, we'd have that card and we'd go, oh, best year ever. It's okay if something goes wrong today. It doesn't have to spoil my day. It doesn't have to spoil my week, my month, my year, right? So, the year of pure potential, we are bringing it up a notch. The talk today is best me ever. In 1992, in the book Return to Love, Marianne Williamson wrote, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. You know it because you feel it inside you. You feel that movement inside you, that churning inside you. Sometimes you don't know what it is. But it's there. It's wanting to be free. It's wanting to come out. But you know what happens? It scares us. So we ignore it. We hide from it. Because it's a lot easier to focus on the fears of our inadequacies. We know them, right? It's what we're used to. It's what we've been taught. Marianne continues, and she says, it is our light, not our darkness, that frightens us most. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? We learn that humbleness is playing ourselves down. That's what we're taught, isn't it? Playing ourselves down. That's not humbleness, that's ego. True humbleness is being able to allow those gifts to flow through me. True humbleness is being real. It's being authentic. And freely expressing our God-given gifts. Breen Brown is an author. She's a scholar. She's a research professor at the University of Houston Graduate College. And here's what she writes. Authenticity is the daily practice of letting go of who we think we're supposed to be and embracing who we are. Don't we do that? Don't we walk around in that who we think we're supposed to be and hide from the real self? We don't let it come out. In the song that Renee sang, I may not make a difference the whole world can see, but if I show more kindness, that's what matters to me. I'm losing the desire to be what I'm not. Can we make 2015 be about that? Can we lose that desire to be what we're not? To be what we think other people want us to be? Josh was a young man who was bullied every day at school for years. He said, I got pushed around all the time. I hated my life. He didn't see himself as brilliant, talented, and fabulous. Before his 16th birthday, his family had moved to a new town He started a new school. And then a few weeks later, he turned 16, and a week after that, his father died with a brain tumor. And Josh said his father's death caused a life-changing realization in him. Surviving my dad's death made me stronger. I realized I had to believe in myself. I wasn't going to be pushed around anymore. I refused to be a victim. Mary Ann's poem goes on. You are a child of God. Think about those times you make yourself a victim. Your playing small does not serve the world. We were born to manifest the glory of God that is within us. It's not just in some of us, it's in every one. 2015 is about us owning that. Josh's belief was that being nice was normal. And so he took a risk. He went to his new school, and he got there early every morning, and he stood there and opened the door for every student and every teacher that came through, and he would say to them, let me get that for you. And he did it morning after morning after morning. And can you imagine the kids looking at this new kid? What's with him? What's wrong with him? But he persisted. He didn't stop. And then something happened. Mary Ann writes, as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. Something happened. The students began to sincerely appreciate his gesture. They learned his name. They greeted him back. And later, some said his kindness had made their day brighter when they were struggling with a tough personal issue. Josh's kindness became contagious. Mary Ann writes in her poem, as we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So what are those fears that keep you from being your true self? Other students began to follow his example. They began to help each other, which had never happened in that school before. And they lovingly started calling Josh the doorman. He was named the student with the best personality. He was elected prom king. And when he graduated, they got a door, and the whole school signed it. Do you have that picture, Dan? Yeah. Last week, Renee sang another wonderful song. And it said, what would I do if I knew I could not fail? If I refused to listen to the voice of fear, would the voice of courage whisper in my ear? What step would I take today if I were brave? What step will you take in this new year? Josh dared to be the best Josh he could be. He dared to be brave. So he's now in college. But that's not the end of the story. He lives in Canada. He has been chosen to be featured on WestJet Airlines Above and Beyond series. This is a video series about people who have gone above and beyond to make a difference in the lives of others. It's a 6-minute video on YouTube, and if you put Josh and WestJet in, it'll come up for you and you can watch it. Josh is a demonstration of being the best me ever. Because look what he went from. We know bullying today is a problem in a lot of schools. But each of those kids being bullied have this essence in them, have this strength, have this power in them. And how are they going to know it unless they see others demonstrating it? If each one of us here can start being a demonstration of who we truly are, we can step into it, if we can own it. If we allow our darkness and unhappiness to rule our life, we deny our true self. I'm not talking about ignoring what they call the dark side of life, the problems. I'm not talking about ignoring it. Just don't live in them. Right? They're there. Recognize it. Don't spend your life in that darkness. Being the best me I can be means that I see the opportunity in every challenge in my life. I see the opportunity to use my gifts. Can you do that? Think about what's going on in your life right now, some of the challenges you have. And can you see it as an opportunity to step up a notch, to be the best you can be, to release the attachments to your old stories? It's a big one. That's the victim place. Complain less. Make fewer excuses. Can you stop focusing on what's working and what's good instead of what's not working, what's bad? Can you stop resisting? Can you stop struggling against what is? Because that just causes more suffering, doesn't it? The more I resist, the more I struggle. What do I get for it? Why would I want to hold back my happiness until things are different for me? We do that, don't we? I can be happy when I get past this. How much time do we have to be happy on this earth? You know? Come on, let's just be happy. How do you do that? By shifting your focus. I shift my focus. So when something is showing up the way I don't like it, I look for something of value in it. Because there always is. And then when I find that one thing of value in whatever that situation is, I love it. Even if I'm hurting, even if the whole thing hurts, I don't struggle with it. I don't struggle against it or wish for it to be different. Because if it's happening now, those of you that know Byron Katie, if it's happening now, it's exactly what's supposed to be happening. This life is about our soul journey. We don't know what we said yes to when we came in. But if we've got challenges, they're there to help my soul grow. So I start to look at my challenges differently. Christmas Day, not in the notes, but here we go. Christmas Day, I ended up sick in bed. I mean, December for a minister is a very busy month. And I was in bed sick. I was in bed sick for 3 days. And that Sunday, my family came in from Connecticut. And Therese came back from wherever she was. I have a small 2-bedroom place. So we have, my daughter's family has 3, and Therese, and we were all on top of each other, and I was sick. But there was so much joy in that experience. I didn't have to be 100% to know the joy and know the happiness. And that's in every situation. I could have seen it differently. I could have complained about it. And I would have missed a real special time with all of them. We all have within us our God-given gifts. And if we go to 1 Corinthians 12:7-11, Scripture reads, "Now to each one the manifestation of the Spirit is given for the common good." To each one, the manifestation of Spirit is given for the common good, not just for my good, for everyone's good. To one there is given, through the Spirit, a message of wisdom. To another, a message of knowledge. Another, faith. Another, gifts of healing. Another, miraculous powers. Another, prophecy. And it goes on. It says, all these are the work of one and the same Spirit, and it distributes them to each one as it determines. Each and every one of you have spiritual gifts within you. You can play small, but you will never be small. Because I am, and you are, a child of God. Powerful beyond measure. And playing small, our playing small, does not serve us or the world. I can choose to sit around all day and make excuses why I'm a victim, why I can't change my bad habits, why I can't overcome my problems. If I'm not using my gifts, I'm wasting them. "2015 is the time to be the best me I can be." In 2 weeks, we start a class called Power Up. Dixie, our licensed teacher, is teaching it. And that class is all about our spiritual gifts. It's what they are, where they're located in our body, and how we can use them. When we are in harmony with those gifts inside us, our soul can develop to its maximum potential. We walk in light, in integrity, in honesty, and we make the world a better place to live in. Being our best self is an ongoing process. It's a moment-to-moment choice. A moment-to-moment choice. So it's monitoring our thoughts, watching where they are, watching when they go negative, and it's catching ourselves, stopping, and saying, wait a minute, if I'm thinking these thoughts, am I being the best me? And then just nip it in the bud and find a word, or we had mantras, find something to pull in, to repeat, to focus on. Look out the window and look at something beautiful here in this Florida weather. The more I can do that, the more joy-filled I am, the fuller I feel. There's a incredible sense of wholeness and completeness that just fills the whole body. And then there's that feeling of oneness with God. We can live in that. These talks, these classes are all tools that we can start using one at a time. If you pick one thing out of the talk today and practice that during the week, it will start changing your thinking. Getting the entire planet on the same page that we're talking about today, probably going to take a few years. So the best thing I can do, the best thing you can do, is be the best me ever in my little corner of the globe. Because that's what Josh did. And when we do that, just like with Josh, it will gradually spill over. It will gradually have a positive effect, first on the people closest to us, then our friends, maybe then those in the office. Eventually, the more and more people, it spills into the community, and someday the world. Last Sunday, we did the white stone ceremony here. Those of you that were here, in meditation, you received your intention for 2015, and you wrote it on your stone. Use that word on that stone to guide you this year, to help you remember who you can be in every moment. Keep it in your pocket, keep it in your car. And if you find yourself going into that spiral of negativity, look at your stone. Remind yourself what your intention is for this year. The world is evolving, but so are we. So set your intention this year to evolve into the best me ever. God bless you.